everyone. Welcome to our first episode. I am so excited to start this video podcast. And our very first guest is Laura, and she's a good friend of mine. We knew each other through business kind of setting. Laura, do you want to tell our audience just a little bit about yourself?
So I am a wife and mother of three beautiful girls. And I own a business called Real Event Design. So we are an event planning, decorating business. I've been in business for about 5 years. So it's something we work closely with each other. And I'm glad that we're here together.
Yes. I am so excited. We're going to make a nice arrangement. So before the video, I asked Laura what is her favorite color, and she picked out
blue.
Yes.
Hence why we're wearing blue today.
Yes. So we're trying to all matching the color. So first is we need to fill the vase with water. There's water over there.
How much do you want for that?
Like almost 2 3/4. Okay. Yep. That's good. And then don't forget the flower foods. Here, I'll let you do that. Yes. So with a big pot like this, I always use a tape to kind of make this grid so that your flowers won't, here, I show you example. If you put flowers like this, it's just going to go all on the edge because there's no support for the flower. So when you have an open vase like this, I always use the tape. So I let you do. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay. So when I first knew Laura, she was actually a very generous and kind person to me. Because it was your grand opening, right?
Yes, it was.
In Strathroy.
Yes.
And she was opening her like a showroom because she's in the decor business. And so she sent an invitation to me, and I didn't even know how she found me. And I was also the beginning of my business, so I didn't know what it was about. So I went. And I realized that she was actually kind of also in the wedding business, just as myself. And through the interaction on that day, I just noticed how kind she was. And you know, in certain perspective, we could be competitors, but she just opened her arms and welcomed a new business coming to her grand opening and showcasing my business, and which just see this woman in a different way. And you know, in the business world, sometimes although most of my cases I meet a lot of nice people, but you know, sometimes occasionally you will see people like kind of very protective and offended and defensive, but you're just very kind.
Yeah, I always preach that we as women should empower each other, help each other out, because that's how we grow our business. Both of us, but if we compete against each other, then it's the downfall, right?
Yeah, because teamwork, it always makes things better than just working alone or working against each other.
For sure.
Okay, perfect. You did a perfect job. And so usually I start with a bulky kind of arrangement. So you have a kind of structure where the arrangement gonna go. So I wanted to aim kind of triangle.
Okay.
Because my kind of, I don't know, like I usually prefer of not a symmetry style. And you're a designer as well, so you understand. So I'm gonna so for hydrangea, there's something special about hydrangea I want to tell you guys. They suck water from their petals, and they also suck water from the stem. So it's very important that you need to give them a water source both ways. So for this one, we wanted to put it pretty close to the
ground.
Too close to the lip of the vase.
Okay.
So maybe I'll cut like this way. So you see there's a diagonal, and then I will cut another way that in between. So you will have a lot surface level for water to suck up. So we're gonna put right here. You see now it's in the middle, it's not going fall over. Yeah. And then I will have you do a smaller one, maybe closer to, even closer, even shorter.
Okay.
Yeah. So running your business, how do you found like the most challenging part?
Just mainly getting my name out there. Obviously, with a small business like yours, it's trying to get more people to acknowledge and be more out there and knowing our brand.
Yeah.
So, with me, I'm very shy in terms of going out there and meeting new people. So I show them getting my name out there by showing my work and how my designs are. So
I see.
it is very hard to do that. But
Yeah.
working with people like you who can actually help me network is very, very helpful. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that I met you for sure.
Yeah. Well, Laura, you don't need to be shy because you have beautiful personality.
Thank
And
you.
the moment that I met you, I just feel like this is a beautiful human being. I like to be friends with her. And hopefully she still want to be friends with me. Okay, so next one, we're going to introduce the chrysanthemums. So these are actually called, I forgot what it's called, but it's a blue chrysanthemum. And so I want you to cut also very close to this because you see this one is a little higher, and then we're going to keep it low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you've been running your business for 5 years?
5 years.
Yes. Do you have any crazy story that you can share?
Not really. I've been very great. I've been lucky that I don't have any crazy clients who can go crazy and you always hear about crazy stories online. I haven't had anything like that dramatic.
Okay.
I do have obviously grooms and bride and mother of the brides who tend to be more forceful in trying to get there certain ways, but again, I stick to when I first started, I would give in to those type of clients and just do what they want, even though I lose money that way. But as time goes on, I actually learned to stand my ground. It's like, unfortunately, this is not what you paid for, and this is what you get. You want more? We can definitely do it. We can try to compromise and add to it, but obviously, there's more cost associated with it.
Yeah. So Laura actually does a lot of decor for weddings and events. She does balloons. She makes beautiful balloon setup for Christmas, for corporate event, for any special occasion, and for birthdays, for gender revealing, all that. And
Any type of
and I always stalk her on social media. I love, like, she's just very creative because balloon is one of the things that I cannot do, and I try to, believe me, and I just don't know how she does it.
It's a learning process for
Yeah.
sure. Like when you first started, people get so scared of balloons, but like as time goes on and you learn experience,
Yeah.
you could easily whip something up so quickly. But again, it's experience and knowledge, right? So that's how you can do that kind of stuff. But when you first start, obviously it's not going to be that way. So
Well, you're Asian, I'm Asian. How did you get over the fear of like the popping?
I honestly never was afraid of popping.
Yeah?
No,
Oh my gosh.
it was just never.
And
I have friends who are terrified and they would not even go close to balloons.
I know.
But for me, it's like, oh, it pops. Okay, I just jump for a second and move on to the next one.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Because I was actually at the beginning, I was trying at home, and my husband couldn't stand me. I was like, yeah, I can't stand myself. So let's forget about that. Okay, so she also does a lot of artificial flower for decor as well.
Yes.
And what else do you do? Like you
Customize backdrops.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like the backdrop she does, I don't know how you do it. Like you have a giant at home to help you with those?
I have a staff member, Don. He does, like, he's my heavy lifter. I bring the idea and the concept, and then I'll create it, and then he'll perfect it for me. So
Okay,
yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
So do you have to climb like a high ladder?
I do. Yeah. I used to be afraid of heights, but since I started this business, I'm climbing up 20 feet in the air and no issues.
Wow.
That's because I'm so focused on making the design, right? That I don't even look down. Like, but as soon as I start looking down, okay, this design is over with.
I see. It's always going easier going up there.
It is.
Because sometimes when I do wedding prop, that feels the same.
And then we do drapery as well. So we do ceiling draperies and we do backdrop drapery.
Right.
So like weddings, we do like different designs and all that stuff. So it's really good that way.
Yes. How do you found like staffing?
I've been pretty lucky that I have 2 staff that are.
I'm just gonna make a little lower.
Yes. That are with me throughout the whole time. So from pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah.
They know my ins and outs. They know how I work, and they know my what's the word I'm looking for? They know
Your
my
vibe.
my vibe, and also what I'm good at, what I'm not good at.
Yeah.
So they can they can work with me and do that kind of stuff,
I
right?
see.
So they know what I'm. So if they know that I'm working on something, they go off and do something else. So
see.
so that we work really well together.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I really appreciate my staff as well, and I see everybody has their own unique, not even technique or skills. It's just their own personality.
Yes.
That that which I don't have. Sherry, for example, she works for me for almost 2 years on part-time status, and when I first met her, she just have this like very settled, even like a personality, and which I don't have. And so yeah, I feel like once we have a team, they kind of balance us, right?
They definitely do for sure. Like I'm not really. I'm more the creative person. So like my coworker Lena, she keeps me on top of things, right? She knows like okay,
Organized.
time management, get me organized and stuff. So without her, I'd be like all over the place. So
Well, you seems pretty organized
Oh,
to me.
thanks.
Maybe I need to get to know you more. Okay, so we need more chrysanthemums, I think. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We have these blue tone. These are called Carolina Sapphire. So it actually native to Canada. I really like use this green is because first of all, they smells amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they smell amazing. And a lot of people nowadays, they don't know. They're like, oh, I want eucalyptus, eucalyptus, eucalyptus. Everybody, but eucalyptus don't grow in Canada.
No,
Like, especially nowadays, if, people are talking about all using Canadian stuff, I'm all for it. But start with greens that you might have in your backyard. And these last forever. And in these little greens, they actually have these antibacterial agent. When you put in the water, actually prevent water gets, stale and bacteria grows for actually keep your flower last longer as well. And then I love the little needle look, and it's very whimsical. And then it can be a great filler to go in there. So I'm gonna have you just cut them in half, kind of fill in those empty spots so every time we don't put flowers in there and gets really like falling over. Yeah. You can grab more, yeah.
Okay. You want some taller ones or?
Yeah, maybe we leave a couple taller ones at the end. We can like kind of extend.
This one
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So when you make arrangement, there's not really a standard for making arrangement. I would say, it's art, and there's no standard for art. Once you like it, I can show you the technique. I always say, like everybody has their own art, their own style, and then once you know the technique and basics, just be free and create your own pieces.
Does that look okay?
Yeah, that's fine. And we can change a little bit more. Maybe we put more green, more blue in the middle.
Okay, make it a little short too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll get another. Cheers. There we go.
It's a little shorter.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, I think we met at the Starbucks, right? And we were kind of talking about, a little bit about business. And I tend to call Laura because, as a business owner, sometimes I feel lonely. And I know she's another amazing woman running the business on her own. So I gave her a call. We will have a chat. And then she shared with me for this very difficult period of her life. And it just brought me to another level of respect towards her. And so how did that all like go through for you? Like it must be difficult.
Luckily I was young and really motivated. Back in 2008, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
I was just going for a annual annual checkups with them to do a physical and all that stuff. That's when the doctors noticed a lump in my throat, and then from there we went to biopsy right away, and then they found out it was cancerous, and then literally like it was so quick, it went so fast where we scheduled surgery, scheduled a radiation, and all that stuff.
How old were you?
I'm trying to think here.
Yeah.
2008. I'm really bad at math today. I was probably like like 20, around 20 years old.
So like, were you still in university?
I was in my second
Yeah, 'cause
year
you're
in
telling me
university.
you were in
Yes,
university.
yes,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So second year university, it was actually just before exam time in April. You know, April's exam period. So I had to defer all my exams just
my
to go through the
gosh.
treatment and everything. So we did cancer. We did a full. They took my whole thyroid out, and then afterwards we did two
The
rounds.
whole thyroid.
Yeah, the whole thyroid out. We did 2 rounds of radiation, and just like we had to go to isolation time for the radiation, and then I thought it was okay. Maybe I'm done, but they were monitoring for like 4 years because they said that it's still in my body, but they can't find it. If you know anything about thyroid cancer, it's a very, very slow growing cancer. So people say that, you know, if you have cancer, thyroid is the best one to have. Well, it's not
No,
really. It's not. It's
nobody
not.
wants
It's
cancer,
not.
that's
It's not.
not.
Because like you go through
Yeah.
every day different changes, right?
Yeah,
So
because thyroid manage your hormones, manage your metabolism,
your
everything.
every single thing,
Yeah.
smaller butterfly looking organ in your body that literally controls your entire body, from your temperature to your hormone to your metabolism to your brain thoughts and everything like that. So like it was crazy. So I was monitoring for years, and then back in 2018, it came back full force.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to do another surgery right next to the section where they took it out, and they took about 30 something nodules out, and then half of it was cancerous. So
Oh my gosh.
luckily it didn't spread anywhere throughout my body, but
Yeah.
it was contained to my neck area. So I did that. And back then I was working for a not-for-profit organization. And
See.
from there, I was like, you know what? I'm going through all this stuff. I wanted to do something that I am passionate about. That's when I started my business.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so you quit your job.
I did. I was on leave, and it's like, you know, and I was talking to my husband. It's like, do I really want to go back to a 9 to 5 job where I don't feel passionate as
Yeah.
I did with event planning and decorating. So I talked to my husband. It's like, you know what? Do what you want to do best. So it's like, okay. And I decided to start my business.
Oh wow.
So
like,
yeah.
This is a great example for someone gone through something difficult. Like I always think like in a way I'm fortunate that I don't have to go through this, but looking at you, like how you turn extremely difficult time, difficult experience, and into something positive that, you know, kind of motivate you to do something that you love and passionate about.
And if it wasn't for my support system, my husband, my family, honestly, without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. They are my heart and soul, and I wouldn't be here without them. So
I see.
yeah.
So okay, speaking of family, so how do you feel like balancing business and family and stuff like that?
It can be very, very difficult because like at this time and stage, I have a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
They're like,
yeah, when I met you, you still had the baby. That's right.
So it was like, it was literally like, I'm like a Uber driver. I mean, I know the young kids.
Chauffeur.
Literally chauffeur, like they have sports. They go soccer, karate,
Yeah.
anything like so. Like literally every single night after 4 p.m., I know that I have to stop my work and be the driver to all my kids, driving them all their different activities and stuff. So it is very difficult, like and the balancing out. Before I used to be it was really hard for me to balance work-life balance, but now I understand, like I need to take some time back and then, you know, get help and support from my staff and other members. Like I used to want to do everything myself, but now I source things out. I work with you, I work with other people just to say, to just balance my workload out a little bit.
Yeah, like that's so true. I found even with her as that a resource that I in my phone that I feel like, oh, I can call even, you know, just for a 5-minute phone call. Sometimes it just cheer you up and then make you feel that you're not alone.
Yes.
So call me sometime.
I will. We do text each other. What are you
I know we do. Okay, so what do you think? Should we add more white or should we? It looks pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
And I have some longer pieces, which is beautiful stalks.
Yeah.
You can bring it over there. So stalks has this, have a smell of that. Like it has this peppery, sweet scent. A lot of times when I make arrangement, I wanted to incorporate with the smell, with the color, with the texture, so that, you know, you get the full package of enjoyment. So what do you think? Sorry, I'm going to turn around and let's see. Maybe like over here. Yeah,
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe we do one shorter, one longer.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. I let you do it.
Like, you want this long?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Make it a little larger. Oh, there's a little brown
Bounce
petal. That's okay. We just pick it off. That's it.
roughly, yeah.
Yeah. So stalk also, I always call those kind of stem is called spongy stem. So when you cut them, make sure you cut them on a very, very sharp angle.
Let me see. Let me cut this one a little bit more then.
Yeah. So you see you have a lot more surface level to suck water. And then once they have more water to go into their stem, they last longer.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I might cut it too long. You might want to cut it shorter, but whatever you like. So how are the kids growing?
They're good. They're
Yeah.
busy. They're full of personality, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So they just
What school do they go to? What kind of school? Like public school?
public school.
Yeah.
They go to a public school, so they love their friends. When we moved to London, they were a little nervous because
Because they all.
Strathroy for so long, right? So moving to London, they made friends pretty quickly, which is really good. So being in a small town Strathroy, you don't really get too much diversity, right? So finally moving to London, they were able to meet more diverse populations and stuff because
make more friends.
be more friends, yeah. So and then they can relate a little bit more because like with the Asian culture we have certain traditions and
Festivals.
yeah, exactly. So back in Strathroy, even though they know, but they didn't know the details about it, right? So they didn't really fully understand the concept. But like back now in London, they really do. So
yeah, because your husband is Caucasian.
he's half Canadian, half Chinese.
Know that?
Yes.
White.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, they know that people always say that he knows they're mixed, but he doesn't really know why. Yeah.
No, because I met your husband just on I think only once.
A couple times. Yeah.
And he looks pretty white to me.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so how is the marriage going with it's like a mixed culture and?
It's good. He's he learned like all his friends that were in their Asian cultures. He hung out with all the Asian people, so he understood the concept. And with his half Chinese background, he understood the concept. He really believed in that. So he like tolerance and
he's interested in
he is
culture.
so he does that. So
I see.
It was very easy, and he loves eating the Asian food. My parents' Vietnamese food. He loves it. So even the stinky fish and stuff. You know how to talk about stinky fish,
I know.
right?
Why people cannot. No, my husband is like he can finally accept the kimchi lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's like anything. Even when we make soup with daikon, he's like, "What's going on? What's happening?" I was like, "Is garbage open?" It's like, no, it's just daikon.
Yeah, so it's he loves the culture, and so he's really acclimated into that. So it's good.
Good. Yeah. So I found everybody's marriage is hard. Yeah. But when I first came here, I knew my husband, and through the whole relationship, there was a lot of bumpy road, and because I'm grown and born in China and moved here, and so there's a lot of family dynamic differences. And I always say, it took me a long time to understand what Canadian says it's interesting means no.
Yeah.
It's like, would you like to try this food? Oh, not for me. I was like, okay, not for you. What does that mean? So, do you want to bring some home for somebody else?
No.
Okay, I was thinking maybe put another one here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Just in between here?
Yeah. Okay. Push a little bit down. Yeah. Okay, so let's move this over here. Make this stand up a little bit more. There we go. There's a little brown petals. Yeah. Let's take that off. There we go. Okay, so how does that look? Good?
Good, yeah.
Okay, today, these are all our filler today. Because our main character is these irises. Laura's, she shared with me that her favorite flower is the orchids.
Yes.
But I don't have access to orchids because the season. But these are irises. It's, again, locally grown. When they open, when they bloom, they look kind of like irises.
Yes, yeah.
Look like orchids, and then they're in the blue shade. So I'm gonna have we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all scattered in there, but in different heights. Yeah. So with the business, I know you've moved a couple times, and how do you found, what's the difficult part? for running the business?
Honestly, right now there's so much competition out there. Like
Yeah,
with
the
the
wedding
the wedding
industry.
industry is very
Yeah.
very competitive, and then with also the economy being very slow at the moment,
Yeah.
people don't want to spend money, right? So
Yeah.
right now the most difficult thing for us is trying to keep the clientele going, getting the business going, getting
Yeah.
more bookings and stuff like
Being
that.
creative,
Yes.
make something still
It's-
gorgeous,
it's-
but not
Yeah, exactly.
costing
So
you too much money.
exactly, like and like
Yeah.
the cost is just everything
I
has just
know.
gone up, right?
Yeah.
So we just trying to network and like again for me, I'm very shy, so going out to network with people is very.
Yeah.
I seem like I'm really outgoing, but really I'm not. Like when I see new people, I
I know.
shy away and I walk away and then I don't say anything. I'm very very timid.
Yeah. I
So-
had to convince her to
Yeah.
come to the show today.
So you may not
Yeah.
think that I am very timid, but right now, but I really am. I'm comfortable when I'm comfortable around people. I do talk more.
Yeah.
But when I'm not, it's really scary. I'm too nervous. I'm my own worst enemy because
Yeah.
like I'm always doubting myself. I'm
Yeah.
always like, oh, I'm not doing good enough and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just being around supportive people and
Yeah.
it does help me grow and like be able to get myself out there. So,
Yeah, I know.
and the only way I can do is really showing through my work, right? So
Yeah, like as women, I think we can all relate. We always have this dialogue in our head. It's like, I always say, I wish I can see myself the way my husband see me,
yeah, oh yeah, I agree.
And then,
Yeah,
most men, they look at themselves, doesn't matter what body shape they are, and they look at themselves in the mirror, it's like, damn, I look good today. But for women, we look at ourselves in the mirror, we all done up, hair all done up,
Yeah.
blow dry, and then, makeup and everything. And then we somehow found this like little pimple. I don't know if you can see, but oh my gosh, I can't do this today. A little thing can blow everything off. But yeah, it's just
that looks too weird. Should I put one right here instead?
yeah, it looks
Put it right
good.
here and sticking out.
Yeah, sure. Like a little shorter,
Yeah.
over here. Yeah. Perfect. And then maybe make this in a different direction so they don't all going that way.
Just turn like here.
Yeah. Or even just slightly shorter to come out, so we still keep that triangle shape.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wish this will open more.
I know. They will eventually.
Yeah, they will eventually. Okay, so do you think we should add anything more? Looks pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah.
What do you?
Should we do another stalk just right here?
Yes, I think so.
To fill the empty spot?
Short one, right? About here.
So Laura makes a lot of artificial arrangement. So give us some tips when you work with artificial arrangement, like how.
So like again, artificial arrangements, flowers, they like not all artificial flowers are the same. So like going dollar store, local stores, find those. They're very flimsy and they break easily and they don't come. So I source all my flowers from suppliers where they are easy to flex and they're easy to manipulate and all that stuff. So having that be able to and having long and short stalks and stuff like that and having the structure to put them in, they tend to help quite a bit in terms of that. People talk about weddings on there. They always talk about the good and the bad of every wedding, any experience they have. So for me, I want to make sure that when they see it, they talk about good. They have a good experience. Oh my God, this flower looks so real. They look so good, right?
Because we did a event together that she made this beautiful, huge, like I don't know how to call it, like a flower rain. It's beautiful. And I walked in, I was like, maybe I should just go home. My bouquet looks a little insignificant with that one, but it's really lovely, and she's a great artist, and I admire her very much. And so this is our work together. Yes. So what do you guys think? Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it. I think it looks very nice. And maybe once you bring home and show us some pictures once the irises bloom, and I think
for sure.
Very nice.
I think so.
So. Well, thank you very much, Laura, for coming and joining us today. And I hope you had fun.
I did. It was great.
And
No, honestly, it was good. It was good. I came out of my shell a little bit today. So.
Yes. So yes, I was nervous, but I'm not nervous anymore.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching today and staying tuned for a more follow-up and maybe some bloopers. And we will showcase Laura on our Instagram, on our social media channel to show you more of her amazing work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for having me today.